Currently, I own a PR and event planning agency called Infused PR and Events. We do public relations, event planning, social media, and fundraising management for small businesses, corporations, nonprofits, and professional athletes. I believe EMU was the best choice for me, and I'll go back. It goes back to the days of high school when you're trying to decide on a college. And all of my friends were either going out of state or going to other in-state universities. And I really had to decide on what was going to be the best school for me. And upon going through the program and being able to kind of go at my own pace, I think is the reason why EMU was best for me. After my first year here at EMU, I kind of figured out my schedule and learned that I could graduate from college early. So I put together a pretty aggressive class schedule and graduated from here in 3.5 years and was able to fit in a lot of extracurriculars and jobs and working as an RA in the dorms and just a lot of things that kind of not only were good for my development as a student, but also as a professional, as an individual, and have definitely worked to make me who I am now. The EMU professors helped me out dramatically with my development and success. One was from an academic standpoint. The rigorous work from a writing standpoint, I know has dramatically helped me in my career. Furthermore, for my senior thesis, just the amount of time and detail that the professor, the academic advisor, assisted me with, I know assisted with my thesis a lot. She spent a lot of time with me, whether it was on the phone or email, because I'd never done a thesis before. I didn't know where to begin, and she was very kind of walked me hand in hand along through that process. And then last, I would say is from a networking and professional development standpoint, if there were any internships, if there were any job shadows, any PRSSA related events or activities, they were definitely always there to recommend me or just let me know that various opportunities were available. When I go to speak now at different universities and classes, I tell them that my membership and my involvement in PRSSA was one of the biggest success factors that I had while in school. A lot of the internships that I obtained while in school were the result of PRSSA, and they were internships that have now kind of really led my career to be what it is. So for instance, my first internship and then job, it turned into a job when I graduated from college, was with the Detroit Super Bowl host committee when it was here in Detroit. And that was an internship that I learned about through PRSSA. They sent out an e-blast saying, hey, the Super Bowl host committee is looking for interns. Here's the information to apply. I applied, got the internship, kicked butt, and was hired full-time when I graduated from college. The biggest tools that I learned at Eastern was time management. While here at school, I just had to be really, really organized. To be honest with you, in high school, I was semi-organized, just kind of got things done, got good grades, but it wasn't until I got to college where I had to set my schedule. I had to prioritize what I was gonna do, what meetings I was gonna attend, all of the things that kind of make or break you in college. I was able to really hone in on that skill, which I know were very important in my success in college, as well as now that I own a business, now that I even have a personal life. The only way to be able to do all of that is by having time management skills. Additionally would be through leadership positions. While at the university, I was able to be, whether it's on the board or committee, or just be involved in many different facets of student activities, student life, that made me more well-rounded. There are people that I was on boards with now that I still work with, I still talk to in my adult life. Additionally, I would say just being exposed to PR. A lot of universities don't actually have a public relations program. And so when it comes time to get into the real world, people kind of go into communications or marketing or different things, but seem to kind of find their way into PR, and to be able to have that strong foundation and not be trained on AP style or how to write a press release and different things like that, I know were the direct result of the PR program here at Eastern Michigan. Sure. So while I was here at Eastern Michigan University, I was a resident advisor, which I feel like I have a slight jinx because every year after I was RA in the dorm closed. So I was RA in Jones first, and then Jones closed, and then I was RA in Goddard, and then Goddard closed. So I don't know, it might just be my touch. So I was RA in Jones and Goddard. In addition to that, I was on the student judicial board. So when our student body gets in trouble for whatever the reasons may be, they have to go in front of the dean's office and I don't even know who else. And then there's student representatives. And so I was on that board where students are able to hear whatever the issue was and then decide on what the penalty is going to be, if anything. I was part of the NAACP here on campus. I was the treasurer, I want to say, of PRSSA. The communication will make or break you in PR, whether it's verbal, whether it's written, and even nonverbal communication. Just the way that you look at people, facial expressions, things of that sort definitely make a difference. For what I do in PR, just being able to speak, whether I'm calling up a reporter, whether I'm talking to a client because I own my own business, whether I'm pitching and trying to get a client, I know that my communication as well as my personality are what have gotten me and my company to where we are today. And then as far as written communication goes, you have to be able to write contracts, you have to be able to write press releases. In this day and age, everything is about instant communication. So if a reporter texts me or calls me, I have to respond right back, and I need to be able to make sure that it's properly communicated.